A group of people I am very passionate about, and when they come my way, I try to take extra caution in dealing with them, are people who have gone through some bits of trauma. Not just any trauma, but a trauma that is linked to sexual abuse. Most people will ask, why can't you just move on from this? It has been years, it has been ages. You have sought for help, but why do you still live in the past? Let me use this simple demonstration to explain to you why it is difficult to deal with trauma. Let's take this clear glass of water as the mind of your sister, as the mind of your girlfriend, as the mind of your wife. Pure, crystal clear. Now, let's take this cup of sugar as trauma. When a lady goes through a traumatic situation, trauma gets into their mind. After the traumatic situation, they try to live their life. They try to go back to school. They try to focus on studies. And this is what trauma does to them. Trauma dissolves into their mind to the point that trauma becomes part of their mind. It stays there forever. It doesn't go anywhere. This is where they now begin to show issues of depression. They begin to show stress. Hatred comes into them, betrayal, jealousy, pain, anger, because trauma is now full in their minds. What do we normally do? If I give you this to drink, you are going to tell me, oh, the sugar concentration is too high, so I can't drink it. What do you want to do? You want to pour water into this, right? The same thing happens to trauma. The help they receive is just like adding water into this. So they go for counseling, they go for therapy, people show them love, people show them care, people show them attention. The interesting thing is that irrespective of the amount of water I have poured into this, the sugar content never left it. What we did here was we only reduced the concentration of the sugar. And so you think you can drink this, right? But understand that the components of sugar is still there. What it means is that individuals who go through traumatic situations, the trauma doesn't leave their mind, irrespective of the counseling, irrespective of the therapy, irrespective of the help that they receive. The trauma doesn't leave, it stays forever. So, if you and I will come to a consensus, why don't we live all our lives as clean water and continue to shower individuals who go through trauma with all the love we have, all the care we can give them, all the attention, hoping that the amount of concentration of sugar here will get to a point where it is possible to be taken into the body. I know that trauma can never leave, but with this demonstration, if you get this understanding, it will help you and I be able to help individuals who go through the trauma. What we can do is to be like this clean water to further go into them and help them in their situation. What we should never do is to be like this sugar. And the dangerous part is sometimes when people who go to trauma open up to us and tell us what they go through, instead of being like the clean water, we tend to be more sugar, adding up to it, revising them of all the hurtful things which have been in the past, and they now come up with double the issue. Please, if you know an individual who has gone through any traumatic situation, this is the point where you put yourself there as an agent of love. Any support you can render to the person, please try as much as possible and then render it. And stop the stigmatization of the fact that, oh, it's been years you went through this, you should have recovered by now. The trauma doesn't leave, it stays forever. Just at the concentration of sugar, what we can do is that we can serve as clean, pure water, adding up to their experiences. And as time goes by, the sugar concentration, just like the trauma, is going to reduce for them to live normal lives, and we would also be able to drink the same water.